Can I go back?
Alright guys, welcome to the podcast. Welcome back.
Yo, yo, yo.
Alright, so we got a really good topic for you guys today. And the topic is going to be picky eaters. How do we raise the non-picky eaters and she still eats great today?
So our toddler chooses fruits and veggies over things like pizza and chicken nuggets. But it wasn't always that way. So if you want to hear more, stick around.
Yeah, and you know what? The crazy thing is that she didn't get sick till she was 2 years old. And so how did she stay off the colds for that long? Stay tuned. And also, stay tuned for the our very last segment, which is Raw Talk. We do this every week, where we talk about what we go through during the week, the ups and the downs, so you want to hear that too.
So basically, to give a synopsis of what the video is going to entail, it's going to entail talking about superfoods, the 3 that we like to implement specifically with our child, and also we're going to go through the timeline of when our child started foods to where she is now.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool, so let's just dive right into it. So what was it like when little Peanut first started eating and drinking and all that stuff?
Well, of course, we started around that 6-month mark, and you know, it was very much the basics. We started on the rice cereals, we started with blending up like fruits, and I don't think we went hard with the veggies at first, but we did a lot of fruits, avocado.
Yeah.
And yeah, just did mainly rice cereal for the first little bit.
How do we know like what to feed her?
Well, we used the Healthy Parents, Healthy Children link, or at least I did, a lot. That helped a lot, for sure.
Yeah.
So for those of you that don't know that link, we could definitely put it down below.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, like what are some of her foods, do you remember?
That we first started her with?
Yeah.
Like when she started eating like chunky food, or...
Yeah, or even like mashed up foods.
Yeah, again, I think it was like a lot of fruits. We did a lot of fruit.
Yeah.
And then I think we tried like yam and sweet potato and mashed up carrots and mashed up peas. Do you remember that? And she was just like, blah.
I know, there was some that she really loved.
Yeah.
There's some she's like, yeah, no. I think rice starches was one of them. Like you could buy the little powder mixes and you could just mix it in there.
Yeah.
She really liked that.
Yeah, the like rice cereal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The rice cereal, the yams she really loved. But yeah, I would say from the beginning, she was fairly good, eh? She was receptive for a lot of things, which was really nice.
So yeah, so that was around the 6-month time frame. So fast forward a little bit to about like the 11-month to a year, she would start to eat like full bits of things. So we started a lot with like macaroni noodles, chunks of avocado, and hilariously enough, Peanut never really choked that much.
Yeah, that's
Little
one thing.
lady, on the other hand,
Choked a lot.
chokes a lot, and it's scary. I mean, one of them was my fault for sure, but like, even on water, this girl chokes.
Yeah, seriously.
She's almost as bad as me.
Yeah, any advice for parents out there about choking?
Yeah, maybe she just has a small throat like I do, like you said.
Right.
Because I choke on my own spit.
Yeah,
A lot.
Yeah, and vitamin pills. Yeah.
But yeah, so she had more of the chunky items. We gave like little bits of carrot, you know, like the basics, like fruits and vegetables, really. When we started implementing meats, I don't really recall. Do you?
I don't really either. I don't know how we started up. The earliest memory of her eating meat was fish.
Yeah, I think we started with fish versus like meats and proteins.
Yeah, fish is a really good protein to start with because it's so soft, right?
I guess if we want to be more technical, we started with peanut butter for protein.
Oh, right. If you're talking about protein.
Yes, but like for meat specifically.
Yeah, fish is a really good start.
Yeah.
Yeah,
especially because your mom makes a lot of fish.
Yeah, exactly. And she was really good too. And you can make it taste really, really good too, and really like not dry, because chicken, it could be really dry. Pork is dry.
True.
Beef is just chewy. So if you want to start your toddler off with their first proteins, fish is a great way.
That's true. And also it gets one of those allergens out of the way as well.
Yeah.
So like peanut butter and fishes and strawberry and fishes.
Fishes? Fishes.
Strawberry.
With an ES. Yes.
Like all of those typical things that they say are allergies.
Alright, allergies. How do we tackle allergies with kids?
Basically, as soon as we started able to introduce foods, we would just, you know, put in the things that they say are like top allergens, right?
Yeah.
So, for example, I think peanut butter was always my biggest fear, even though like no one in my family or your family has any allergies whatsoever.
Yep.
It was definitely something that I was a little bit worried about. But they also mentioned that you should implement these things, and when you start something new, do it for at least like 3 days straight. So don't introduce another food again, like early on. So you want to keep doing that like 3 day and then start something new. And then if they obviously have no reactions or anything, then you can just give it to them whenever.
Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of scary introducing foods to kids, especially peanut butter.
Yeah, like I said, it was always my last one. Like, even though like I don't have one, you don't have an allergy.
No,
like,
not really.
But it was one of those things where it's just. But I also think in my mind, is creating an allergy because you've never like had it in the first place?
That's a great question.
I'm sure part of it is genetics, maybe, but like.
I know, right? Like, why
I don't really know the details on that.
How are kids allergic to things in the womb? Like, that's not possible.
Yeah.
Like, you must have, as a parent, you didn't eat that kind of stuff.
But then some people are also like, right? Or like dairy, like tolerance to dairy. Anyways, off track, but it's just very interesting. So next, I would say, like, as we were stating before, Peanut ate really, really well. But then all of a sudden, she didn't.
Yeah, it was. It took us by quite a shock, because
why aren't you
she ate
that?
like seriously, like really good, guys. Like she ate everything that you chopped up in front of her. She would just mow down.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it's like, nope, don't want that anymore.
Yeah,
and she would throw things.
Yes,
I mean, kids throw a lot of food
for sure
when they start, like a lot.
Yeah,
so
they throw a lot of stuff, and I remembered. It would stress us out quite a bit, hey?
I
because
hate messes.
it was
I hate
so
them.
messy.
Yeah.
And she would throw spaghetti with red sauce on the walls. She don't give a fuck. And Murphy can't clean that up.
Thank God we have a dog, though, for all the food that went on the floor, because savior.
Yeah, one of the good few things about dogs is that they're protectors and they're a Zumba, basically, whatever it's called.
Yeah, Roomba.
Roomba.
Yeah, so that's great. But yeah, she just stopped eating. And I think to sum up the reasoning behind her not eating as much anymore is we kind of like narrowed it down to her teething really bad.
Yeah, to teething really bad.
Yeah, so thankfully, saving grace, as one of my coworkers actually mentioned to try frozen blueberries. And she ate frozen blueberries
let's see.
All the time.
All the time. For maybe weeks, maybe not months.
It felt like months.
Like, okay, all right. We try. We would think of recipes that we would do. We would cook it up. We would Google it. What's the top 10 best food for kids under 1?
You were so good at that. Yeah.
We would try everything.
Yeah.
And it would just be like a Gordon Ramsay plate serving up, and she would just be like, no. And then I think she knew the word blueberry or some sort at some point.
She did, yeah.
And then she would be like, blueberries.
Yeah,
blueberries.
She did know blueberries, yeah. So this is around that 1.5-ish mark, I would say. Yeah, she'd always say blueberries.
And then, of
we're
course.
like, dang it, okay. But like, she wasn't eating anything else, so we're like, well, I guess. At least it's not worse like cookies or crackers or just something with no nutrition at all.
For sure.
Which leads us into a fun fact about blueberries.
Yes, a fun fact about blueberries is that it is great for memory building. Mm-hmm. It is awesome for your kid's brain because of the deep blue color that it has. I don't know the science behind it, but look it up. But yeah, the deep color that it has is great for your kid's brain. And so it's one of our superfoods that we love feeding our kids.
Yeah. So technically, well, not technically, apparently there are 10 superfoods, right?
Yeah.
And our child eats 9 of those.
Yeah, 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10, which is amazing. But we have 3 major ones that we really like to give our kids on a regular basis, I would say. Daily?
Yes, daily.
Daily basis?
Number 1 would be eggs, especially egg yolk. Mm-hmm. Egg yolk is another like great memory builder for kids.
So for egg yolk, you definitely don't want to give children under the age of 1 egg whites. Mm. They don't recommend that. So we did egg yolk from the very beginning. We would mash up the egg yolk after you hard boil an egg, take the egg yolk out, and then we mixed it into a lot of things. And the benefit is they don't really notice that there's something else in there. So we had like the weirdest concoctions. We're like,
oh my goodness,
yogurt and egg yolk, sure.
I remember your mom would like, what the hell are you feeding your kids?
Why are you mixing? She don't know.
Why are you mixing smoothies with egg yolk? And we're just like, I don't know, like it's
Yeah. But now, so that's little lady. She's on the egg yolk train right now.
Yeah.
And Peanut eats full eggs. And she also loves egg yolk as well. So.
Yeah, egg yolk's actually got a super important amino acid called choline. And it's another great memory builder. And I feel like that's why our kid has such great memory. Like, she's smart.
Yeah.
She will literally watch you do things once, and then all of a sudden she gets to do it by herself.
Yeah, and not to mention, we actually had one of her teachers at daycare say that they thought she was 4 years old based on how advanced she was.
I mean, she was telling everybody she was 4 years old, so...
But I mean, they still thought that she was a lot older than she was.
They
literally had her with the big kids.
Yeah, they literally had her with the big kids.
And you literally had to say, like, why is she with them? Like,
I know, she should be with her little buddies who are just, like, diddling around.
Yeah. So another thing that was pretty impressive with Peanut is she would know how to count to 10 before she was... This is all like before 2, probably around that 1.5 year mark. She knew how to count to 10. She knows the ABC song.
She knows how to count 10 in Chinese.
Yeah, she knows a lot of words. Like, we figured she, at least around the 1.5 years, she was knowing about 50 words for sure. I
think one of the teachers yesterday said that they were playing a game, and I think they were playing some sort of game, and then little Peanut was like, what about me? And then she's like, I've never heard like a 2-year-old say that. Like, what about me? Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, it's just like here are my thoughts about it. And it's like, I was like, wow, that's crazy. So she was really impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like there are lots of things, and we've heard it from multiple people as well about Peanut's vocabulary specifically.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, wow, she is very advanced in that. And we're like, oh, really? Because like we had her at home, right? So we didn't hear other children talking a lot. And so, yeah, that was really cool to hear. And we have kind of, I mean, not scientifically linked it to the superfoods, but like based on the facts of superfoods and the things that we have actually been giving her on a regular basis, we're going to just link those together.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, egg yolk, guys. You got to give it a try. Mm-hmm. All right.
So back to the frozen blueberries.
Yes, back to frozen blueberry. I mean, hey, if you're talking about messiness.
Yeah.
Blueberries is
the
a mess.
Literally a massacre. Yeah.
Ones.
You're like, wow, what just happened here?
Seriously, it will seriously stain your tables or turn your tables into like a navy color.
Don't have a nice table, okay?
But yeah, no, it's good. Okay, next on our superfood list would be avocados.
Avocados, yes.
Yeah, it's got lots of healthy fats like omega-3, which is great for kids. Again, great for the brain.
I was gonna say, yeah, like the fatties, like everyone's always concerned about like, oh, it has so much fat in it. It's like, yeah, but it's really healthy fat.
Yeah, it's good
so like, don't be turned off by the word fats because our bodies need it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, as we all know, Peanut just focused on blueberries, and like we said, that seemed to be a long period of time. As Tom mentioned as well, we did try to like make all of these really fancy, like fun pastas and this and that.
Quesadillas.
Yeah, quesadillas. What else? Like mac and cheese and like just everything, and she just was not having it.
No, not really. She wasn't into the whole, like 20 ingredients into the foods. They do say that kids have a really sensitive taste buds in their mouths, and so if you put too much spices or make the meals too complicated, they can really taste that and can really turn them off for eating.
And I think that might have been one of our mistakes because we just kept thinking, well, if it tastes really good to us, like she would love to have it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we did learn at that time, like we need to just simplify tons of meals. So we did a lot of pastas with like nothing on it really. Yeah. And she still, to this day, chooses, like, plain pasta over, like, spaghetti with, like, meatballs.
Seriously, she loves plain rice.
Yeah, plain rice. So we really just try to separate things for our children, specifically. Like, if we're making, like, a fun meal, we'll, like, put aside food.
Yeah.
That's less seasoned for the kids.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing we tried was we really tried to have her preparate food with us because we want to like...
Try what?
Prepare.
Okay.
Preparate? What did I say?
You said preparate.
Preparate? Preparate?
What's preparate?
Yeah,
Prepare.
Prepared?
Prepare.
Why do I think pepperate is a word or
I
something?
don't know.
Pepperate?
Classic Tom. We should have like a classic Tom
Yeah, we
thing
should.
of like the funny things that Tom says.
Yeah, the words I come up with. Pepperate? Are you sure pepperate is not a word? Prepared?
Prepare.
Why does preparate sound so much better?
You think a lot of words sound better in your head.
Alright, so we would have her prepare food with us, right? Like we would have her help just chop carrots or like just play around with some veggies and she's just chop.
Yeah.
Just to get her like more connected with the food and that, you made this, so you should really try this. So yeah, that's one other thing we not really did.
So fast forward to how she's eating now.
Yeah.
What would you say?
Yeah, so she went from a great eater to a not so great eater, and now she's a decent eater, I would say. She would try food still because we tell her you gotta try things once, you gotta try at least once.
Yeah,
And
that's the new rule in our house. Like, you have to at least try it once.
yeah, gotta
Which
try once.
backfires on me because
Yeah,
now
no.
I also have to lead as an example and try foods that I just know.
And it's so funny because I look at you, I'm like, you gotta try it once.
I'm
And you're like,
okay.
I really... no.
So, as an example, like, Peanut likes things like squid. She likes things like chicken, like full chicken legs. She has bok choy, cucumbers, lots of variety of fishes, lots of fruits, lots of vegetables overall.
Yeah, I mean, it really helps that, with my Chinese heritage. Like, we eat a lot of different stuff.
Oh man, do they ever.
Yeah, like, I feel like if she was with your parents, I feel like food would be fairly more Canadian, like more basic.
More like fish sticks,
French fries, potatoes,
all the good stuff,
sweets. Yeah, like all the very basic stuff. I feel like
all the unhealthy stuff.
Yeah, I mean, some of it's healthy. But I know it's, got lucky with that, and Mom makes everything.
Here's an example to paint a picture for everybody of the things that Tom eats. What was the last meal we had? It was literally like intestines.
Yeah.
With like...
sea cucumber.
Yeah.
Ugh. I mean, Little Peanut wouldn't try that, but...
Well,
I for sure had to.
Yeah. I don't even think we even offered it to her. I was just
no,
like,
I was like,
yeah.
it's
no, but she does eat the squid and things like that, which is
seriously.
crazy. But yeah, I remember that, and I was like, oh god, like I will. And that's the reason why I didn't offer it to her, because I was like, if I have to let her try it, then that means I'm trying it, and I am sorry, but I am not trying that.
For sure, and you gotta lead by example too, right? Because I think back in the days. I feel like when you see a gross food, you would be like ill. You would like criticize it and you would like make a face.
Like my mom.
I think I had to like remind you and be like you can't do that in front of the kids because they're gonna copy what you did.
Yeah. Oh, we've had to say that with my mom too, I think.
Yeah.
If not, Mom, don't do that to our children.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's definitely a lead by example type of thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, if we expect our kids to act a certain way or try certain things, like, we have to do the same thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Actions speak louder than words.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, to really just kind of sum up with a food thing, I don't know. I feel like we like to try a variety of things with her. Mm-hmm. We like to keep things simple, and we like to, just make sure she has at least some sort of protein, veggie, and starch of any sort throughout the day. She can eat as much fruit as she wants. Protein-wise, we just try to squeeze in anything that we can with peanut butter or egg or cheese even. She loves cheese. Yeah.
Overall, she is a good eater. We have heard other stories of other toddlers her age that don't eat as well. So I think overall, like, I am super happy with how she eats to this day.
Same.
And we hope that little lady will proceed to follow in the same steps as Peanut, but
we will try the same system.
And maybe we'll do a video on that in a few years and
we'll see how it goes.
update. But so overall, like, no complaints. But it was quite the trigger when we went back to, like, oh my god, we have a picky eater now. It was alarming, but
yeah, for sure.
Thankfully, things just happen. And the teething, like, teething is a serious thing, and it really affects your child.
Yep.
And you just have to be patient with your child because, we just never know what they're going through, and, like, their vocabulary isn't as advanced, and they can't tell us that, like, they just can't eat certain things, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and honestly, like, it's just a mess, guys.
Oh man, yeah. Let's sum up the overall food experience with toddlers.
Yeah,
or babies.
That was one thing we really had to, like, like get over as well. Like it was a giant hump that we had to get over because it drove her nuts. Like stop making messes for us to clean. We have to wipe the walls every single day. The floor is a mess. Thank goodness we have Murph.
Do you remember? So we actually had Peanut not facing the wall at first. So she was facing like our furniture in the living room, and she would huck spaghetti.
It goes so far.
And we're just like, what the hell? And you would find things later on, like weeks later, and you're like, what the? And it's just like food particles.
Poor Murphy's covering like
food all over him.
Rice and pasta.
Yeah, he can only reach certain spots, so he'd just be like molding foods on his fur. But yeah, so we literally had to, we're like, okay, screw that. Like, she needs to be switched to face the wall so the food can only go so far.
Yeah.
But that led to, food stains all over our walls, which is better than in our furniture.
Pretty much. But yeah, it's just a mess, guys. You can always clean it up. There's no point in getting frustrated over that because there's nothing you can do. That's the other thing parents get like, maybe I could do something. No, we tried everything and there's literally nothing you can do to stop it from going. It's you. Just let go.
Well, and you have to understand too, like they're in a huge learning phase, right? So they're understanding now about gravity. And like, hey, if I just drop this, like little lady's in that phase right now. Like she grabs the spoon from you just so she can.
Yeah. It's like, you pick up for me afterwards? Oh, it makes noise.
Oh, and it comes back.
This is kind of interesting. This is fun.
Yeah. So it's just all part of the journey. You just gotta get through it.
And the other thing too is like try to, even if your kid is starting to get a little picky, just feed them stuff that is at least healthy. It tastes good. They like it. Whatever. Like, don't get too stressed out about it. I remember I did.
Yeah, Tom really did, and he would literally be at the point where he's like, she doesn't eat, then she's not eating until the next day, and I'm like, well, she's a year old, so let's just ease up on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, exactly.
And let's just talk a little bit about little lady and where she is right now. So as we mentioned, she's about 10 months old now, which is around the same time that Peanut started eating like more of the like little square chunks. So I would say that we've been feeding her, fairly decently, and she eats everything that she's handed. Yeah, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Same stage.
Same stage. We keep it fairly simple. She loves oatmeal with egg yolk in the mornings. I don't feed her the whole thing. I just give her half of it because it's a lot of egg yolk. Yeah. And so she loves that. And then, I would do crunch up little Cheerios. I split in half, and she would really enjoy that too.
Yes, things that are dissolvable.
Yeah.
Easily melt kind of thing.
But I would say in when she was 9 months, we would start giving her a lot more like liquidy foods, and now 10 months is a lot more chunkier food. Practicing her little fingers with her mobility.
Oh, so dang cute.
I know, and she would grab it, and it would fall right through, and she would still fall with emotion. She's like.
Yeah, she thinks she has it, and then she's like, wait, where is it? Where did it go? Yeah. It's so cute. So, but we give her more things, like she loves tofu right now. Oh, yes. And tofu is a great option because the protein, and it's really mushy, so like it's a great great thing to get them on. Yes. And so we do that, and then obviously like pasta noodles, like the ones that are, smaller sized. We do that right now. She loves that. Rice, little balls of rice. A
watermelon.
We cut up the watermelon really small and give
carrots.
her that. And
so anything that's mushy and that we think she can eat, we give it a try.
It's true. We let her try it and go from there as long as it's safe to do so. So that's where we're at with her right now, and hopefully if she does that swap like Peanut did, then hopefully we will have better understanding of what to do. And just like understanding as well that like it's all part of the process. It's all part of having a child, like it's just gonna come. And we just have to roll with it.
Yeah, exactly.
For people like me who are planners and need to have everything laid out. Kids, man.
Yeah, kids.
They change everything.
They make you grow up.
What about those times where you're like, I just don't want to grow up? Like, can we just swap places? Like,
I don't know. We're the adults now. Like, we.
I wish I could just sit in this high term muncher mode.
I know. It's like, I don't want to wake up today.
Yeah. Oh, man. Anyways.
All right, guys. We'll be jumping into Raw Talk now, where we talk about the ups and the downs of our weeks. This is interesting because this is very current. We talk about current issues that happens to us right now.
Because we do have to jump around a little bit based on our videos. So.
Yeah, pretty much. But don't forget to like and subscribe, and then watched our last video on sleep training. It's a great one if your kiddo's having sleep problems. But
So we'll see you over there.
See you over there.
Otherwise, we'll see you in Raw Talk.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for sticking around. For those of you that have, Raw Talk is going to be a doozy this time because we are going to be talking about something a little bit different, not necessarily parenting, unless you have anything on parenting. But man, we're going to be talking about YouTubing.
Yeah, YouTubing.
And podcasts.
And podcasting.
Oh my God. Yeah, you start.
I mean, you know, like we treat it as business. We've been taking this thing very seriously. We would spend like days writing out scripts or talking about scripts, and then we would film. But yeah, the journey thus far has been very challenging.
Yeah, well, we're at that almost 3-month mark. And that's kind of where that huge bump in the road comes, I think, for a lot of people starting on this kind of journey. So,
I mean, for those of you who are also podcasters, if you're content creators just like us and watching this video, I feel like, yeah, you really know the struggle of, you know, like your video getting traction, right? You start out, you have low expectations, and then you kind of build that audience, and all of a sudden it just kind of like plateaus a little bit. And then you, of course, you look at the stats, you look at the analytics, and you're just like, wow, I'm like doing really shit.
Yeah, like, why do we only have this much for retention?
Yeah,
like, it's mind-blowing to know that people don't have,
yeah, and you start questioning yourself,
attention
like,
spans.
Am I interesting?
Yeah.
Like, am I good enough to do this? I don't know.
Like, we are hilarious. Why are people not?
Maybe that's why. We need to talk to a comedian to see if we're actually that funny.
Okay, well, I think I am funny.
No, you're right. But yeah, no, you know, you make a 40-minute video and you look at the retention rates and it's 5 minutes and you're just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I know, like, we've also, and the other thing is we spiral down watching other YouTubers on, like, how to save retention rates, how to get all these views, how to get monetized.
I got monetized in 78 days. And you're like, wouldn't that be nice? We're not even close.
And then I feel like you went down the rabbit hole of, like, we need to change all of this stuff, and then there's me being like, okay, but like we're still a podcast.
Yes.
Like we are not doing videos per se that are like intended to do what you're looking at.
Yeah, I feel like right now we're kind of having like an identity crisis in a way, because like, are we video creators or are we podcasters? Or are we mix? Are we hybrid? Like, what are we?
Yeah.
Like how do we? Because if you think about it, a video is so different than a podcast. A video, you gotta start with a bang. The first 30 seconds, you gotta like capture everyone's eyes, and you gotta do this like Mr. Beast style. And then there's podcasts. It's a slow build up. You get to know each other, and you talk about things, and then boom, like maybe the main topic will be like halfway through.
Yeah, so true.
So it's like so different, and we're really trying to navigate who the hell we are in this world.
And then we see other people that are like really succeeding, not in the exact same realm as us, but still doing more of a podcast style. And we're like, you know, like we're there. I thought we were there, and then our analytics say otherwise.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, like we know we can be great podcasters because we are great communicators. Or at least I think we're great communicators.
Yeah.
We ask the right questions. We have great eye contacts. Like we are there in the moments when there's a conversation.
But not only that though, like we're just regular parents at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, like we aren't filming ourselves every day. We aren't talking in public. We're not doing all of these things that like all of these other YouTubers clearly have.
Yeah.
Like they have, or just like practice and experience, which maybe we'll get there and get better. So I don't know, but it's just, we're just regular parents and want to share our regular stories. And, you know, we feel like we do have good information that people should know about. And that's where we're kind of like struggling. It's just, like you said, where are we and how do we fit into this world of YouTube? And it's tough. It's been really tough on us. We have fallen behind on actually a lot of our videos. Yeah,
because we're trying to like, you know, try to reorganize or restructure everything. So, but
and then it gets stressful because it's like I'm not reading off of a script. Like,
I know. Like, should we be scripting?
No. But, so we have our points and things like that. But I don't know. Yeah, like for me, I just want to stay true to us and like
And be
not,
creative.
and just, you know, go with it because like we know how to like go with it and have
we don't
fun.
have to talk.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just, I think we just need to find the right people and the right people will come eventually.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they'll want to hear our stories and they'll want to get to know us as people. But
I think
until then, it's just, we're really struggling with this like hump.
Yeah, it's a hump. And we know we are people who wants to be better every day. And so it's tough for us to not see the results.
Yeah.
And now we're like, just, okay, how do we change everything so that we can get the results that we want?
Yeah, and you want to jump 30%. And then I have to remind you, I'm like, remember when you said 1% better every time?
Yeah.
Like, let's go back to that 1%. That sounds way more manageable.
Yeah, for sure. No,
but yeah, we got trapped in the loopholes of all of these other videos and people like super successful in less than 3 months. And we're like, oh my gosh, comparisons are so real. So
yeah, what do they say? Comparison is the thief of joy.
Probably. And yeah, like I definitely felt that we've been trying to film this video for what, like a week now?
Yeah.
Whenever we have a chance. And that's the other thing, guys. We don't have much time to film at all. Like literally, little lady is sleeping right now. And Peanut is at daycare. She's in daycare 3 days a week. So we get 3 potential chances of nap times. If nap times fail, we don't get a chance. One of the days we spend talking about the script and like figuring out how we want the video to go in some sort of aspect. And then the we try practice runs. And so like we only have like 3-hour windows usually to do a video each week. So it's becoming a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Especially when Tom was like, we need to change everything and we need to start doing this. And I'm like, like, oh my gosh, I'm not having fun anymore.
I know, I don't want to do it anymore.
You need to get dormant.
Yeah. And honestly, like, and that's what makes us great, because like I feel like I am the innovator. I'm always the guy's like, we need to do this, this, and this, and then I need you to sometimes like pull me back. Like, okay, you're getting a little too crazy.
Yeah.
Let's pull back and think of who we are first.
Yeah.
And what we said at the beginning is we're not changing for anybody.
Exactly. And that was the thing. Like that's where you come in with all of those like big ideas and stuff, like especially around business and like how we're making money and things like that. And then for me, like you have to like ground me a lot in like parenting aspects because I'm over the top with a lot of things. So like we are such a good couple for those type of things. Like we really balance each other out, which is so nice. So I'm so grateful for that. But yeah, it's been a tough week in that aspect. And
yeah.
In the parenting world, of course, I've been struggling a lot with that as well. So I realize that I have a trigger when it comes to Peanut not listening to me because not being heard is a huge trigger of mine from my past and stuff. So that's been a real struggle this week for me, I would say, for the past couple weeks. But so yeah, dealing with that and then like having to learn about all of these things internally with myself and then dealing with how do we grow our podcast and like it's a lot. It's a lot. And only having so much time. And then of course I'm wanting to do my art stuff as well. So there's like a lot going on.
It's exciting, but it's a lot.
Yeah, and then again we keep talking about a third child and where are we gonna have time for this third child? So anyways, it's a lot.
It's a lot. 30s is fun, guys. Early 30s is so much fun, I promise. It's pretty cool. It's like a snake coming out of their old skin. It's like, like a phoenix being reborn.
Wow, okay, these analogies.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like something powerful is coming. Yeah,
you do like that. Like you feel like you hate being in this, but yeah, at the same time you're just like...
Yeah, I'm so optimistic about the future. Because if there's no this, there's no future. I just know it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so true. Yeah, so... Anyway... Cool. We're in a slump. We will get out of it. We'll get out of it. Thank you all that stick around and support us. Yeah, seriously, guys. We're here for you, and we're really trying for you guys, so... Yeah, no, seriously, a big thank you for those who even sticks to this far. You guys are just amazing, and you are probably not millennials. Because you can have an attention span. Yeah, it's just you probably still read books and stuff. Yeah.